Hi everyone! Today's topic is going to be past simple. So, let's take a look at the form of an affirmative sentence in past simple. So, it's subject plus an irregular verb in the second form or regular verb ending with ed and plus object. So, for example, I walked to school yesterday. The students took their test last Friday. As you can see, there are two types of verbs, regular and irregular ones. Regular verbs in the past tense end with ed. For example, walk, walked, study, studied, cry, cried, live, and lived. And regular verbs ending in e add just d to form the verb in the past tense. For example, I bake, I baked. Regular verbs ending in consonant plus y, they drop y and add ied. For example, I cry, I cried. But regular verbs ending in vowel plus y add ed after y, like I play, I played. Verbs ending in one stressed vowel between consonants, they double the last consonant and add ed, like here. I stop, I stopped. So there are irregular verbs that don't end with ed. Some of irregular verbs have a vowel change in the past tense. For example, in present they become, in past tense became. Give, gave, drive, drove, forget, forgot. But there are other irregular verbs that have a different kind of change. So for example, the verb bring, brought, leave, left, hear, heard, buy, bought. So in this sentence, it will look like this. Sayla brought a new computer last weekend. And some of the irregular verbs don't change at all. For example, put in present form and in past form, they're the same. Hit, set, said, cut and cut. So, for example, in the present form, the children set the table every day. And in the past tense, the children set the table last night. So the verb doesn't change. All right, so let's move on. To form an affirmative sentence with irregular verbs, the past tense, we simply use the ed form of the verb. For example, when I was a child, I played the piano. Donna visited Paris. But for the irregular verbs, we use the correct past form in the affirmative sentence. And the past form of the irregular verbs must be simply memorized. So yeah, just you need to memorize it. For instance, I sent you a letter. The students had an English exam. They did a great job. So now to form a negative sentence in the past tense, we need the auxiliary verb did not in between the subject and verb. So for example, I went to work yesterday. So in order to make it negative, we add didn't. I didn't go to work yesterday. So, but there is an exception. So there is a special verb to be that never uses an auxiliary verb or did not or didn't. So instead, the negative form of the to be in the past tense would be so was or were. So was for the subjects in a singular and were for the subjects in a plural. To form an interrogative sentence in the past tense, we need the auxiliary verb did in the beginning of the sentence before subject plus the main verb in the present form. For example, did you go to work yesterday? Did you come yesterday? Okay. So, we use the past simple for actions which happened at a specific time. It can be stated, implied, or already known in the past. For example, he left last Sunday. When? Last Sunday. So here the last Sunday is a specific time stated in the sentence. But in the following sentence, Jane went to him, the time is implied or already known. We also use the past simple to talk about past habits. For example, he walked to school when he was little. Past simple is used for actions which happened one immediately after the other. For example, he put his coat, got his suitcase, and left. And also past simple used for the actions that won't take place again. For example, Christopher Columbus died in 1506. So yeah, it's not gonna happen again. So in this kind of situation, we use past simple. So there are special time words and phrases that can be used in a past simple. So they include yesterday, yesterday morning, evening, like yesterday morning, yesterday evening, last night, last week, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, in 2010, and etc. So we all know that pronunciation of it is very important. So, and it varies, you know. So in English, there are 3 ways of pronouncing the ending ed at the end of the word. So the ending is pronounced as te. If the regular verb ends in the voiceless sounds like p, f, k, s, sh, ch, gh, c, x. And it's pronounced as d if the verb ends in a voice that sounds like b, g, l, m, n, r, v, z. And lastly, So when the verb ends to the sounds t, d, the ed will sound as ed. So let's look at the examples here. For example, here they sound like t, ed sound like t. Looked, helped, kissed. Next one, as d, begged, called, loved, and as ed, wanted, educated, and ended. Okay, so now let's practice what we will have already learned. So here, several words, verbs actually, and I want you to put them in the right column. So whenever you add ed, so you need to put them in the right ones. So I want you to pause this video and take your time, do this one, and whenever you finish, just play it and check with me. All right, are you ready, guys? Let's check then. So these are the answers. So I hope your answer matches mine. And also I want to give you a tip. So actually the easy way to remember irregular verbs would be to group them. Like here, according to the similar changes. Now let's do some other exercises here. So there is 10 more multiple choice questions. I want you to do it, and I'll give you a few seconds to think about them. The first one is, they got home very late. So the right answer would be, they got home very late last night. See? Next one. My father lived there when he was a kid. I, them, So you have a couple of seconds to think about it. All right. I saw them last week. Yeah, I saw them last week. Next one. Okay. My parents married. So we know everything in the past. My parents got married 20 years ago. Wow, it's a pretty long time. Next one. So let me make it bigger for you. Okay, the bullet passed his head. The bullet flew past his head. All right, next one. He to me when he was younger. Didn't lie, never lie, or didn't never lie. So right, correct actually. He didn't lie to me when he was younger. Next one. All of a sudden, the ball. All of a sudden, he dropped the ball. Yeah. So you see here, we double the consonant. She never alone. She never alone. She never stayed alone. Yes. All right, another one. Sarah, her cup of coffee back to her desk. So, Sarah carried. Is it the right answer? Do you agree with me? Of course not. C. Yes. So, Sarah, why we got to change to I. So it will be Sarah carried her cup of coffee back to her desk. Okay, the next one. She to library after school. So it's an irregular verb. She went to the library after school, right? Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope it was very productive, and I'll see you in my next video. See you soon, guys.